nightlife, the low riders, the style, the way we talk, the way we act, like it's right here on the east side.
We begin with breaking news here at 4 o'clock. Mandatory evacuations in place for at least 1,000 people.
What isn't normal, especially here in Los Angeles, is this. Blue
LA has an epidemic of homeless people right now.
So you guys are just used to smog, crazy homeless, and fires.
It's a little gangsta out here.
Man, I used to be writing and be like, where's this shit coming from? Okay. And it's the worst shit I ever heard. Suck my dick 100 times.
These kids and their hip hop, that's not music. You're supposed to play the trumpet like Dizzy Gillespie and go.
I smell weed. What'd you say?
Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Today I'm with a very special guest, the one and only Key Nyata.
How you doing, brother, man?
I'm doing pretty good. So you're originally from Seattle as well, correct?
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What era would you think you came up with? Because I interviewed Jarv, Sam Lachow, and they're all kind of the same era as like Nacho. Would you say you're part of that kind of era of Seattle music?
Well, I would say personally that I like kind of pioneered another era.
Oh.
Like slightly separate from them. Just because of the age difference, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a little younger than them guys.
Okay.
So when they were doing their thing, I was like 15, 16.
Oh shit, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I was like the first teenage rapper in the like to actually do something important.
Wow.
There was others, but like I was the first one to actually pop, you know? So I would say I'm a part of the era that's happening now.
Okay.
In a way.
And were you part of like all the underground music scene, everything like that? Or?
Yeah, that was, so I'm kind of a part of both eras, bro, because I started so early. You know what I'm saying? I kind of belong to both. I can't really say I belong to one or the other.
Wow. And what part of Seattle did you come from?
Central District.
Central District.
Yeah.
And did you do like sports in high school or anything like that, or like?
I played football all the way up until freshman year, and then I got a concussion and I quit sports.
Oh shit! Let's get into that real quick. I quit football sophomore year after I got 2 concussions, and I don't feel like whether it's society or the news or fucking health organizations, I don't feel like they do enough to explain to up and coming students that you're not going to make it to football. Really, like it's super hard to become the pro, and if you're not going to be a pro, you're just going to get these concussions that are going to.
I'm not trying to, it's definitely a hard thing to do. I was pretty fucking good though. I was on varsity as a freshman. I started on varsity, so
right.
I was pretty good. I had played little league and I had scouts and all type of shit real early, so it was like I was good. It's just, it wasn't really what I love to do, you know what I'm saying? It was more like family type shit. Like my dad was a ex-football player and shit like that, and so was his dad and shit like that. So
I did not know this. Who's your dad? What team?
No, not NFL, not okay. NFL. He played college. My grandpa played for the Dolphins in the like 80s, but
wow.
Yeah, I just come from like a football sports type family background, so
okay,
it was like a thing.
Very different for you then.
Yeah. So after I was done with that, I, was doing whatever for a little bit, getting in trouble or whatever, and then I, started making music and shit.
Wow, it seems like that's how it starts for a lot of people, making trouble and then getting into music.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So was there like a certain group of artists that you ran into that like encouraged you to start doing music, or how did you originally get into it?
So originally, like just being a kid from the neighborhood and shit, like you go to the Boys and Girls Club on 19th and Spruce if you're from the Central District, or you went to like Miller or some shit like that, or GTLC, but it's all the same. So they had a music program ran by this dude named Amos Miller. I'll never forget that dude. He's pretty much the dude that introduced me to making music.
Wow.
I was just a kid, you know what I'm saying? But they had a program, and I took the little class. He taught me how to use like Acid Pro 7.0, and ever since then I've been making beats.
Wow. So are you more on the producing side than rapping, or?
No, not necessarily. I'm kind of smack dab in the middle. I can,
Wow.
I've produced for people like without me being on the song. Like, I produce for people, and then I produce for myself. I've co-produced shit. I've done everything.
So explain co-producing for people who might not understand what co-producing means.
Well, it's when you get with another producer and y'all make a beat together. I mean, but it can happen on many different levels. You can send a motherfucker some stems, or I could be sitting right next to you and I could just add some chords or whatever whatever we got going on. But yeah.
So when like a Metro Boomin and like a 21 Savage come together to make like a project, what's the difference between it's like saying it's a joint project, but there are other producers being on it? Like, does that mean Metro Boomin's just kind of like the director for the production side?
No. So for something like that, you gotta pay attention to what words are in front of producer or production, like executive producer. If he's executive producing an album, that means he's basically just controlling the album. Not controlling in like a sense of what it's gonna be, but he's
the funds?
Nah, it can be like arrangement, beat selection, features, etc. You know what I'm saying? Just executive producing. Like you have an executive producer for movies and shit like that.
Okay.
There's executive producers for a lot of things in showbiz.
So producing never means you're just producing the project, like putting money into it.
No, it can mean that as well.
Okay.
It can mean like you're managing the money for something, like you're in charge of getting funds for something, or it can mean that you're in charge of structuring something. You see what I'm saying?
So it's like different. It's basically another word for directing in a way, or?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, directors and producers have similar responsibilities, but
wow,
not all the same responsibilities.
Got it. So when people think of like a Key Nyata, they're reaching out, whether it's to like collab with you or whatever, do you think they're more looking at you towards the producing side, or are they looking more for a feature?
Probably to get a beat.
There we go.
But I've had both. I've been approached for both.
When I talk to producers and artists in Seattle, people are quick to say there's not really a Seattle sound yet, and then others might say that it's a melting pot. But for producers, they probably have a whole different perspective. Like, you must think there's some sort of Seattle sound if you're being a producer coming out of Seattle. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
How would you describe the sound?
Well, I won't say that there's one definitive sound, because you listen to the music from there, you get motherfuckers like Macklemore, and then you get niggas like me or Nacho, and you got Travis Thompson's, and then you got Dave B's, and then, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, there's a lot going on, but within those corners of sound, like, it gets real specific. Like, people like me and Nacho, we kind of represent the grimier aspect of Seattle, you know what I'm saying? Like the inner city hood shit, but not like, Seattle's very diverse, so it's like you could be a very well-rounded person. So it's like we represent the inner city / gritty, whatever. And then everybody else kind of fills in their blank as well.
So what's the difference between like grimy and grunge, or are they one and the same?
I can't really define that, bro. I wasn't alive when grunge was created. I mean, I was, but I was too young to really grasp onto what it really was. You know what I'm saying? I've done my studying and whatnot, but I would say they're pretty similar.
Because when people talk about Seattle from the outside perspective, whether it's music or not, it seems like people call it grungy.
Yeah, but that's just the vibe,
different.
though. You feel me? Like the rain, the dark clouds, the suicide rate, all the shit, it plays a part into our grunginess. Well, I call it griminess. It's the same shit.
Okay.
Like if you're from where, the black people are from, it's not really grunge.
Right.
It's grimy shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're from the South End, or if you're from the Central District, or you're from Tacoma or up north, or wherever you're from, that's what we identified as grimy.
And do you think that's why you and Nacho kind of came together? You guys are both have that grimy type. Like he has a
absolutely. So I met Nacho when I was like 15.
Was he already how? So you said what's the age difference between there so people can understand?
Like 10 years.
So it's like 10 years. So this man is 25 basically when he met you when you were 15.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro.
And by that time
I was already like a fan of him though, like because he was the only Seattle rapper that I thought was important.
Right.
So the way it happened for me, bro, like I wasn't involved on none of the local scene, none of that. Like I popped up out of nowhere to a lot of people, you feel me?
Wow.
It was like I utilized the internet and like everybody from Nacho's era came up like kind of the hard way, I guess. You just doing shit, doing shows, whatever, however you fucking do it back then. I don't know. I used the internet. But so I was like the first kid to fucking pop up out of nowhere. And Nacho kind of took me under his wing because I thought he was dope because he was also kind of popping on another internet wave too because his management was real good with that shit at the time. Like BSBD, they was helping him out and shit like that. So he was the only one I had heard of. So I was hella excited to meet him. And when I did, we just was like best friends.
So when Seattle fans or someone like you that started listening to Nacho Picasso, were you going to like concerts and stuff? Like how does the Seattle audience hear Seattle artists?
It's interesting, bro. Like we have like so like a couple of his cousins are not related to me, but like I've known them my whole lives type shit. So I don't know. You just hear things when people are doing stuff in Seattle. It's a small place, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, to be honest with you, I found out about him through BSBD.
Oh, wow.
But that's because they had reached out to me because I was doing my own shit. And I didn't know no rappers in Seattle. Not one, because I didn't give a fuck about, I didn't care. The only rapper that was really doing anything at that time on a global thing, it was like Macklemore or some shit. But yeah, BSBD showed me Nacho, and I was instantly like, what? This nigga's from here? I thought he was like from the Bay or some shit. I don't even know where I thought he was from, but I just didn't believe he was from Seattle.
Wow.
And then like a few days later, I met him, and I was like, wow, this nigga is the coolest person of all time.
Wow.
And I was like a kid, so I thought he was just the coolest, and he kind of took me under his wing after that.
Wait, so how'd you meet the record label?
Well, they're not really a label, bro. Blue Sky Black Death, you don't know who that is?
Oh, that's what I didn't know that. Yeah, I know what they are.
BSBD,
okay.
Bro. They were managing him and like producing him at the same time.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I've heard and I've checked out them before. Like I know their song with Gucci Mane and everything like that. Are they still around at all?
Nah, they both are around individually, but not as a group.
Okay, and they're originally from Seattle as well.
I can't confirm all that.
Got it.
I'm not 100% sure.
Are they kind of like a similar situation, like a Kung Fu Grip, where they broke up and you're just saying they're just doing their own sound now, or?
No, bro. Like, I can't really say. I just know they went separate ways and kept making music.
Got it.
Just probably under different names and shit.
Got it. So, how old were you when your music, like your beats or your lyrics, started catching people's attention?
16.
16. That's crazy young.
Mm-hmm.
And you started when you were 15, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
What did you do differently compared to other people, you feel like? That's crazy.
I just knew what to do innately.
Not from internet or?
No, it was from internet, but I just knew exactly what to do on the internet.
Wow.
I don't know how. I don't know. Ask Soulja Boy. Shit, yeah, I just knew what to do. And I did it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I seen how everybody else was doing stuff. Facebook, like local campaign, and like, oh, get your friends to spread this and that. I'm like, oh, okay. I felt like I didn't need none of that shit, and I guess I didn't.
Wow.
I just kind of made a niche for myself on the internet, like following people from out of state, like fucking with my family down south and shit, like sending them my music and stuff like that. That's how I started fucking with Raider Clan and shit like that.
So was it more like you were just seeing what was successful, or did you ever take like mental notes of people that were kind of like failing at what they were doing?
Nah, I didn't study nobody, bro. I just kind of knew what to do. Like I said, like I seen what people were doing, and I knew that wasn't gonna get them nowhere. Sometimes local shit ain't how you do stuff.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to start on a big platform and then like come back local, and that's kind of what I did. I'm an all city kid. Like I'm really from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas know me in my city, every side. So it's like once I started making music, everybody was like, "Oh shit, Key's making music." It wasn't like, "Who's this nigga?" It wasn't like that. It was like, "Oh shit."
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you move out to LA the same time Nacho did, or how did that work out?
I actually used to live here in like 2014, 15.
Gotcha.
Thrax house. That's a whole different conversation. But yeah, actually he moved out here last year. And then I did move out here. I was just about to get a spot, and then my dad passed away, so I moved back home for like a year.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah. Moved back for like a year, and I just moved back like, what month is it?
Oh fuck, what is it? I'm so
May.
I
just moved back in April.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how would you compare LA to Seattle?
It doesn't. It doesn't compare.
Wow.
They're very different places.
Yeah, I've been telling most of the guests I've been having that it's just been kind of shocking to me, like to see like the difference between LA and Seattle,
Man,
music-wise,
so
culturally-wise.
They're so different, extremely. But there's some similarities. You know what I'm saying? The West Coast pride is very strong on this whole coast, bro. We got, you go up to Seattle, it's still like that too. Like we got a California influence up there. We got a very strong Bay Area influence in Seattle. It's always been like that. So.
And was it important for you to move out here for the music, or I feel like everyone moves out here for different reasons?
Absolutely. That's ultimately why I'm here. You know, opportunity.
And have you found opportunity so far?
Of course.
What are some examples?
I don't want to get too far into myself, man. But just working with people that I've always wanted to work with, meeting people that I never thought I'd meet. You know, just the typical LA shit. But it means a lot more when you come from somewhere where it's like ain't nobody made it. At least not nobody that looks like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what about Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Yeah, that doesn't really count for me, bro.
I think it counts for anyone.
The reason why it doesn't really count for me is because I'm not a part of that era, and it was so long ago to where it's like it don't really matter no more. Like it matters,
right?
But like the most recent, there's been a wave of shit going on, like Lil Mosey and shit like that. But still, we still haven't even
cracked the surface.
Really even cracked the surface yet. Like,
wow,
there's a lot coming though. Like there's the wave of stuff that's going on right now is what's gonna break the glass.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of amazing shit coming out of the city right now.
So do you pay pretty close attention to what's going on in Seattle?
I pay very close attention, but I always have, because I feel like not responsible, but like I feel like I broke the glass for all these niggas in a way.
Do people look at you like someone that? Do people reach like in Seattle look at you for like a handout or anything like that? I know
handout, no. People know that they can ask me for like advice or like how to do some shit, or if you want to ask me about some music shit or some help with something, niggas know they could reach out to me for sure. So there's a lot of people that have. I've helped a lot of people. I don't really talk about it because it doesn't really matter. Like that's what I'm supposed to do.
There we go.
It's like a responsibility thing.
Do you think Macklemore does that enough?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck what Macklemore does. I don't know Macklemore.
Right.
I never met him, so big ups to him or whatever though. Like, good job.
Right.
But I don't know him.
Have you paid attention to the Seattle sessions, or were you a part of it at all?
Nah. I know the dude who shot him.
Chase Fade.
I fuck with Chase. I fuck with Chase. I fuck with a few of the artists that were in those sessions, but I'm not a super mixy dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like everybody knows that about me, so I don't really get asked to do things like that. I may get asked individually by artists to do shit, but like as far as like shit like that, I don't be a part of shit like that.
Is it because you don't want to be, or is it just because?
Yeah, I'm not really. You know, I could be like, oh, I'll send a beat, or I don't know. I'm just not a ciphery kind of guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But I heard like some people, like I think Travis Thompson, maybe like a Little Mosey or someone, was able to like send their beats in afterwards or their verses in afterwards or something like that.
I don't know nothing about it, bro.
Wow.
I have no clue. I can't tell you nothing about how that shit went about.
Wow.
I don't know nothing about it other than Chase Fade shot it and some of the homies are in it.
There we go.
That's it.
So do you when you were coming up in Seattle, were you thinking that Seattle was going to come up along with you, or could you tell that it still needed work?
Well, the angle I was coming from, I knew it wasn't going to come with me because my music career technically started in Florida.
Wait. What? How?
Well, I mean, just because the first rap group I was a part of was a big rap group for the underground. It was very influential. Raider Clan. You could do some research on it if you have to, but yeah.
And that was out of Florida?
Yeah. At birth, Denzel Curry, Space Ghost Perp, Young Simi, a lot of people.
Oh shit! So
ASAP Rocky, all of that.
So you're basically like associate with all those guys, then?
I am.
That's dope.
100%.
Wow. So does that come down to like you helping mix some of their songs or like credits, or how does it? Have you guys all been in the same room, or how does?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm with Denzel Curry every day.
Really?
That's my best friend.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
As far as like work from back then, like I said, bro, I produced for people. Like I was on Vince Staples' first project.
Oh shit.
Production wise. Yeah, I've done a lot of shit. Tyler, the creator, his summer camp mix in 2011. He put me on that shit.
Oh wow.
So I've just been around doing stuff for a while.
See, that's the thing. Do you feel like producers get farther ahead than artists when they're coming up? Because I understand that you do rap as well, but I feel like producers have more to offer to up and coming.
That's why I kind of like being both.
Got it. And it's always been that way, or was it?
The reason why it's always been that way is because when I first started making music, nobody wanted to give me any beats. Like they didn't know what my music sounded like. I was just asking niggas for beats because I wanted to rap, and nobody wanted to give me no beats.
Now look at you.
So I said, all right, I'll just make some. So I spent, before I started rapping, I just spent like a couple months because I already knew how to make beats kind of because of, I learned from the program when I was a kid. Of course, I wasn't using that same software to make beats now. I was using FL, but I was able to teach myself kind of quickly because I already had the gist of it in my brain. Mm-hmm. So
what about rap influenced you more than like an R&B that made you?
I can't fucking sing. So there's that. I don't know, bro. You're a kid in the late 90s, early 2000s. All you see is BET and 106 in Park and music videos on MTV still. And my dad was very into like music and shit like that. So product of the environment type thing.
Hell yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
So what's 2021 been like for you so far with this whole pandemic and everything?
Truly, bro. It's been the most my life has changed for the most, in the most drastic ways since the start of the pandemic.
Is drastic a bad word?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
It's bad and good. It's life all in one.
It's just crazy. No one would have thought a pandemic like this would have happened. But I feel like there's so many previous pandemics that we should have somewhat been prepared.
Sure, but Americans are retarded, bro. we're not prepared for anything. That's the truth. We act like we are. They say we are, but we're really not. The only thing we're prepared for is like war or something.
Oh,
and barely even that.
Wow.
So
before Nacho comes, can you give me a little rundown of how Cyanide Syndicate came to be?
Sure. Me and him are both in really bad places mentally.
Right now?
No, we were.
Oh.
Were. I'm sorry. Did that sound like R?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. We were in very bad places. Like, he was about to quit rapping. I was pretty much on the same page. And me and him have, like I said, we've been friends for like 10 years now.
Wow.
And we only have a handful of songs. So it's like, we were just like, bro, we should like do a tape or something. We're just kind of like joking, but we just said, fuck it, let's do it. Just went and had a studio session. We invited Keyboard Kid, because that's another good close friend of ours and shit. We've all like been working together in the scene for like, you know, damn near 10 years. So here's this nigga right now.
There you
I'm sorry. You guys here, bro?
Oh shit. Stay right here. Can you pause their cameras? Ladies and gentlemen, we got Nacho Picasso in the building.
Dun, 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 dun.
We got 2/3 of Cyanide Syndicate.
Shout out to Keyboard Kid.
Happy birthday to Keyboard Kid.
Happy birthday. Oh, did I?
Yeah. Did you? I hope you told him happy birthday.
I saw it and then I went back to sleep.
Oh, wow. What
I said,
like a Facebook notification?
I'm going to tell that nigga happy birthday when I wake up.
We might as well just tell him right now.
Happy birthday.
FaceTime.
No, I'm going to call
Are we
him.
going to sing him? Oh, okay.
There we go.
We're going to sing him? What
Sing
does that
him?
mean?
Are we going to sing?
So Key was opening us up about how you guys came to be Cyanide Syndicate. So let's just hear your version. How did it come to be?
So there was 4 turtles.
Oh.
And they were in the sewer.
Okay.
And
Mike, a little closer.
TCGI dropped a canister of ooze and
shit.
it hit the 4 turtles, and then it got on a rat, and then the rat found the turtles and he taught them martial arts.
Oh, wow.
And
You're those 4 turtles? But I thought there's 3. Did one of them pass away?
No.
Oh, we got Cisco.
Donatello.
Happy birthday, bro.
Damn, you went and got freshly twisted.
Look at this thing. He got trimmed his mustache.
Damn, boy. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that butt, boy.
Boy, you look like me, nigga.
He look like me. That nigga got a jump somebody's mustache. Yeah, man. We all got the stash, man. The
We're
stash.
stashed up. We're stashed, bro.
Look at that stash. It's healthy.
Are you guys at the interview?
Yeah.
We out here.
We'll get you
man.
on sometime.
Hey, what's good?
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Love.
Yeah, man, we just
That
want to say
nigga got
happy
the, he said,
birthday,
Nacho got the
man.
stash.
Appreciate that, brother.
It makes you
Tell
so much
Dub-
stronger
tell
having
Dub
a
I said, what's
healthy
up, man?
stash.
Oh, yeah, he said, what's up? We out here. We just had a nice
Oh, he got the grill in. This nigga's bougie tonight. He got the grill and he got the gold bottoms in there. Look at
Steak
it.
money. Oh, you niggas are cool.
Yes, sir. Ski, look, he got 2 chains on. Look at him.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, man.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Appreciate it, you guys.
Love you, boy.
All right, man. We gonna talk to you.
All right, we'll talk soon, y'all.
All right.
But yeah, that was the story of the Ninja Turtles.
Wow.
And that's how we became Cyanide. So like, this is my family, man. Honestly, I've been doing music for a while.
A long time. You're an old man.
I was pretty much bored with it, done with it. We've always been so busy. We were always so busy having fun and being friends that we never really got to make the music that we wanted. We'd be in the studio together all the time, but we didn't really get to make as many songs as we wanted to. We were always like, we'll get to it later.
Right.
He go on tour, I go on tour. So I was like, well, shit, if I'm going to keep making music, I'm going to figure out how to have fun with it still. And I didn't want to rap by myself. I wanted to rap with my friends.
Wow. Wait, so when did I reached out to Cisco? It's been like we played phone tag for a long ass time. So it was supposed to be a Nacho interview, and then like a month or 2 after we were about to set it up, he said Cyanide Syndicate had formed. So was he just late on telling me that? Like, when did Cyanide Syndicate come to be? Was this a recent thing, like past few months, or?
Oh, bro.
So we
like a year deep at this point.
We were working on it secretly.
Okay.
We just didn't tell nobody.
Yeah, we were
weren't
linking
sure
up.
what was gonna happen because we were just trying some shit out. Cause like you said, like we just been friends, just been chilling the whole time, just fucking around, and we were both kind of at our end of music. Not at our end, but just like didn't know what else.
Kind
to
of
do.
bored with
just
it.
bored with shit. Like I was finna fuck around and
Bring the mic a little closer.
Oh, I was finna fuck around and like change my name and do some shit like that, and he was finna just straight up quit. And I was like, bro, we should just do something. We never did nothing, so let's just see what happens.
Wow.
And then we got keyboard in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have always been our bro, always been our fam.
Yeah, so it was easy for him to get in on it because he's always wanted to work with us individually, like do projects.
Oh, shit.
And we were like, bro, we should just do one together, all of us.
I want to know, how the fuck did you get a Harry Fraud whole ass project?
Oh,
Man.
what?
That is insane.
Shout out
to
to
me.
Harry Fraud, man.
Shout out Harry Fraud.
Whole surf school family, that's still family to this day. But I was blessed, man. I was blessed. Really, we was arguing about who was our favorite producers in the studio one night. And I was riding hard for Harry Fraud.
Wow.
And then so I reached out and man, shit just showed so much love. Went down to New York. You know, I ain't have no New York people. You know, he gave me a little bass, gave me a little direction. You know, just gave me a foundation on the East Coast. You know,
Wow.
Hell, man, I stayed in the studio, and we just worked, man. He's just good people, our whole crew, man. So, yeah, I was blessed, man. I reached out, and you know, he's a busy man, but he's one of the people who could be working on 9-10 projects at once. Just
What was that one song on that project where you shot the video and it had the bitches on the boat? Is that in the trunk or in the trunk?
In the trunk.
That's what I thought. I love
In the
that song.
trunk.
I still love that song. That's a great song.
yeah, it wasn't nothing about Donald Trump either. Niggas thought I was
Yeah,
a
I know.
MAGA.
It was
Trump,
something else.
Trump wasn't even talking no politics. Then I put
Back
that
then,
song
yeah.
out. I'm the one that gave him the confidence to do that punk
you and
shit.
Mac Miller.
Yep.
And Ray
For real.
Shremmer, too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You guys are the three.
Yeah, piss that nigga off. Oof. Fuck him though. But yeah, his song was just about doing cocaine in his hotel. Shit, I'm sure he
Very
does.
family oriented.
Yeah, I'm sure
was a
shit
great
he's
song.
done. But
They had bitches on boats and shit.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in the video, but I think I was at school.
Oh, yeah, you can't get off school.
I don't like boats.
I didn't go to school anyway.
He told me he was 15 when he met you. That's insane.
Yeah, yo, this dude was, 15 in age, but obviously now he's like 60 years old.
He's a
So
dog.
when I met him at 15, we were like the exact same age. It's like an old ass man in a little kid's body. I didn't know he was 15.
Oh,
I was more familiar with his music, and I was like, this nigga's from Seattle, and I was like, this nigga is a child. And then he showed up. I'm like, no, this nigga is. This nigga snuck into school or something? He's at least 25.
Yep.
So
I was not.
He was always like, as far as music goes, he was always, the understanding that he had for music and different genres and layers of it was like well beyond his years. You know what I'm saying? So in the studio, you wasn't in there with no 15-year-old. He had already been doing music for so long. This nigga was at least 32.
Wow. So break down when did you move to LA? I just got Key's side on how he moved here. How did you end up in LA?
I moved here about a year ago. I moved here about the week the pandemic
Literally.
went out.
Right when it started, he moved to
Like
LA.
I was on planes, everything was normal.
We had just came back from fucking Nebraska.
Oh, shit. What's in
Yeah.
Nebraska?
We were shooting a music video. We were out there
Not a
filming.
damn thing.
Nebraska is cool because they have like a film, something that within their law where you don't have to pay as much on the film tax.
Unlike Seattle. Fuck that.
Or LA. Shit.
Oh, shit.
They'll knock on your hotel and ask if you're filming a video up here.
Okay.
Like, you can't be filming no video. I'm like, nigga, who is filming the video? Hide the camera.
Wow, that's crazy. And you were just telling me in the elevator you actually got COVID too.
Yeah, I thought I was going to die.
Was it the beginning of the pandemic or was it halfway through? Or
Christmas.
You got it on Christmas?
Yeah, I was in the hospital Christmas Eve.
Holy shit.
Scaring the shit out of me.
Oh, man, I was
It's the only
scared.
time he has ever been scared in his life. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now.
Yeah,
I've known this nigga for 10 years, and he's never been scared.
Wow.
Well, at least not to me. He's
I've
never expressed
I've
that he
seen
was scared
ghosts.
to me, nigga.
You believe in ghosts?
Oh, I've seen ghosts my whole life. I'm like the Black Sixth Sense nigga. I've seen ghosts. I've fought ninjas. I fought 8 Shug Knights. And I've, dodged bullets miraculously,
You're a
But
superhero.
I've never been scared is when I had that COVID.
Was it because of like the media, or did you actually feel like
A little bit was the media.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It had to be. Like I had it when niggas was like dying left and right to the point where when I went to the hospital, they put us in a tent in the parking lot.
Fuck.
So then I really thought I was gonna die because I'm in a tent in a parking lot with all these sick people, and I'm like, they ain't even putting us in the hospital.
Oh my God.
Nigga, we are dying. Everybody thinks I'm Mexican, so I'm praying in Spanish with all these old ladies. I'm like, fuck it, a prayer's a prayer. We are gonna die. We are outside. And it was rough. It was rough.
Jeez.
So yeah, I a lot of people have had it, and everyone experienced something different. I've had friends whose parents, moms or something have passed straight up.
Oh shit.
Gone. And then I've had motherfuckers who's going to parties like, I can't smell shit. Like, all right, you lucky motherfucker. I was over here like I was a fish out of. I had asthma when I was a kid. And that COVID shit woke that motherfucker back up. I said, oh,
fuck.
My asthma's been reignited, but I bounced back. I remember as soon as I healed up, I went to the gym. I've never been stronger in my life. Like
No
275. I was like, add 300 more pounds. It was crazy. So you survive it and you get like this after COVID strength. That's wild.
It's like, is that your kryptonite then? If they're gonna make a comic book about you fighting ninjas and stuff.
My kryptonite would be water. I never learned how to swim.
Hey, I can relate.
I sink like niggas be like, relax, you'll float. I'd be sitting at the bottom of the pool watching everybody rise. I'm like, nigga, not me.
Yeah, I can't float neither.
Really? Even you guys are from Seattle. There's tons of lakes, Lake Washington, beaches.
I ain't going in that
It's
dirty
always
ass
rated.
water.
Nigga, we got about 2 months to enjoy some good weather. If
Bro, that water be green.
It is true.
You jump in Lake Washington,
And that should be green.
you gonna get out with ringworm.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You got little microscopic things swimming
Wait,
all through
really?
your pee hole and shit.
They dumped sewage in Lake Washington in the 80s. I did not know that.
That's
Yeah.
that's
Come on, man.
That's where you guys
an old
came from, the
Seattle
Ninja
rumor.
Turtles.
It's green, man.
Rumor, nigga, that's the truth.
It's green.
They had to clean that shit up.
I don't swim, but if I did swim, I wouldn't swim in that water.
Damn.
I would choose man, there was a pool in my neighborhood. It was a famous pool, and all niggas did is smoke weed and fight on top of it. We ain't no one from the Central District learn how to swim in no mega ever.
Nobody went
Nigga,
there
that was
to
a
swim.
fighting arena.
Oh god.
It literally is shaped like an arena, though.
Yeah, we go meet at the pool and watch niggas get put on gangs.
I mean, it's either that or you was one of the black kids that skateboarded there when nobody was up there fighting.
Nobody swam now.
Nobody
go.
swam.
I'm jealous. I got a nice pool at my place now.
And you can't swim still?
No, but I'll go in the 4 feet part and I go underwater and I come out like Aquaman, like slow motion, and just imagine.
Wow.
I can still pretend, nigga. I go underwater and do some wiggly shit. As long as my feet can touch, I'm straight.
We can have like a pool floaty, right? Just float in the middle of the pool. You don't even do that, or?
Nah, cause
Oh, you'll drown if you.
if I fall off, I've drowned before. One time
Oh shit.
I've been saved.
I did, man. I drowned too, bro.
Holding
Me
on to another
too.
person for your dear life
But
is the worst feeling.
That's why I don't go in the water no more.
Oh god.
I was at Lake Washington, not Lake Washington, Green Lake.
Oh.
You know how you got
we were just
swim,
there.
You know how you got to swim to that little island thing on where they got the diving board? So, nigga, I fucked around and did a backflip, right? Over-rotated, nigga. I did a backflip. I over-rotated, though. So, I was about to do a double backflip, nigga. Sideways, smack the water, nigga. Like a sideways belly flop.
Ow.
All the wind left my body. I seen myself sinking. I was like, oh well, this is it.
That's what happens. I
like,
felt the
wow.
same way.
I was literally watching the light, and then my cousin dove in the water, all heroic and shit, like a movie, and like saved me. I owe that nigga my life to this day.
Wow.
I'm just impressed you made it to the little thing. I used to go to
I knew how to swim enough to where I wasn't gonna die, but
no?
once the air was gone, bro, I couldn't do nothing.
What? You have someone offer?
Once the air was gone, it was over.
Ask him if we can book another hour.
You remember there was a rope and you ain't supposed to cross the rope if you can't swim? So I would go to that rope and hold on to it and then put my head on the do not go on and feel strong. But I got the rope still, so I'm not going to sink. But that was as close as I ever got to the little island. I really can't swim.
I like getting in the water, and then I have to be right next to the dock so I can not drown. But I like floating in the water, you know?
Yeah, I like go to the pool and I scale along the side of it.
Oh, I feel like Pac-Man or something, kind of.
Yeah, that's what real people do.
Wow.
You don't have to be swimming in the water like that, drowning.
So tell me your obsession with comic books. I know, like, everyone loves comics, but it seems like when people talk to you, like, you just live and breathe comic and Marvel or superheroes or...
Man, that was the only escape I had, like, growing up. Like, the first thing I ever tried to steal was a comic book.
Oh, wow.
And I kept going in there, and I was trying to build up my courage, and I kept looking at this Batman comic book, but then I would go back home, and then I would come back. After, like, the third time, the dude was like, hey, bruh, just take the fucking comic book.
Oh, shit.
No. It's so obvious. I'm like, should I take it? Should I take it? Go home. He's like, come on, man, just take the comic book. But there was a comic book store I used to sweep up in elementary school, and they give me free comics.
Oh, shit.
And shit, man. First of all, I like comics because it was the pictures. I used to try to draw the pictures, you know? So then I started reading the stories. And it was just like an escape as a kid.
Wow.
You know, imagination only take you so far. But I still live like a comic book life.
There we go. Shit. Are you more of a DC guy or a Marvel guy?
I'm more of a Marvel guy.
I think you got to be Marvel for the comic books because DC has better, darker movies, I feel like. But
like as you get older, you get into DC. But as a kid, like we read X-Men.
Yeah.
And we were, you know what I'm saying? Like Marvel was running shit.
When you get older, you get into DC because it's more violent and graphic.
Yeah. But Marvel had Spider-Man. Like,
True.
That's what gets you first. Hulk, Wolverine, little shit like that. But really, I'm more of an image guy. I like the Renegade comics, like Spawn.
Oh.
Like when I was shit. Yeah.
I think they're making a new Spawn movie-wise.
They're trying to. The
first movie was kind of weird. It was.
I had the game on PS2.
Oh, shit, yeah.
One of the rarest PS2 games of all time.
Really? Have you beat it, though?
Hell no, I didn't beat it. It was extremely hard. But it's a great game, though.
Yeah. I feel like I could see you dressing up as Spawn for Halloween.
Yo, it ain't even got to be Halloween. I'll dress up like Spawn. I'll fuck around and really do some shit.
Yeah, like Phoenix Jones.
Shout out to Phoenix Jones, man.
They're actually friends.
Really?
Well, I wouldn't say friends.
They're frenemies.
We've had a couple encounters.
Oh, God.
Yo, one time like 100 Samoans were trying to beat me up for some reason. And I was like egging them on because I was trying to get to my car. I was like, yeah, come on. And they were like fucking like a whole rugby team. And then I was getting to my car and Phoenix Jones came out of nowhere and he was like, Nacho, get out of here.
Took out his pepper spray?
And I'm like, I'm like backpedaling from like a whole like Booyah tribe. And I'm backpedaling just trying to get to my car. And he's like, Nacho, get out of here. And I'm like, fuck you, Phoenix. I don't need your help. But really, if they would have caught me, bro, we wouldn't be doing this interview. I was like, just follow me a little further, motherfuckers. But Phoenix Jones is a cold cat, man. I ain't going to talk about too much about him right now because he's fighting a couple cases.
Yeah, is he in prison right now or jail right now?
I think he's fighting a dope charge right now.
Dude, I was trying to reach out to him. Like, like last year, him and his girlfriend got cut up in some stuff.
Yeah, I love Phoenix, man. I want to say, in a comic book, just as a comic book dude, like it feels to me like maybe the Seattle Police Department's framing him. You know how they did Spider-Man and Batman and shit. Like, come on, man. Hey, look, I did a lot of drugs in my time. And, you know, I heard some rumors and shit, but I'll be real. I ain't never did no blow with Phoenix. And so as far as I'm concerned, this is like the what's the shit, the Daily Bugle or something.
Oh, fuck, James Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, they just
fuck
mad because he was fighting crime.
And they wasn't.
Yeah.
I heard his brother and him both do like MMA or something like that.
Yeah, he be whooping
motherfuckers' ass.
Oh,
because in
God.
Seattle, you could whoop a motherfucker's ass.
Mutual combat.
Mutual
You heard
combat
about
law.
that Kwame Brown shit? He challenged Stephen A to mutual combat.
No
He
way.
said, meet me in Seattle.
Oh, that's so funny.
You know how many
Kwame Brown
cases I would have if, as long as a motherfucker wants to fight you, you can fight them, and it's not. You can't just punch an innocent person who
They have
doesn't
to
want to
accept.
fight. But if you want to fight and I want to fight, we can call the police and tell them to come referee it, and they will pull up and they will let you fight until it's over. That's mutual combat. It's like shit. Let's think about it. Two motherfuckers want to fight, let them motherfuckers fight.
Wow.
As long as nobody dies, shit.
And why is that in Seattle? Is it not? It's not anywhere else, really, or
It's somewhere else, but
it's probably a couple other places. But it's just it's a
always
notorious
been
thing in Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah,
you can smoke
you can
weed
even
and you
can
get your
even
ass
have
kicked.
mutual combat with a police officer.
Really? And you won't get arrested afterwards.
I've seen it happen. I'm not gonna lie.
No, yeah, that's the thing.
As a kid, I ain't seen it happen in a
can.
long time. But as a kid, I saw.
I mean, if you're black, you probably shouldn't do it.
Okay.
No, I
If
seen
you're
it
a
happen.
nigga, don't do it.
I
but,
seen
you
it
know.
happen. Seen it happen downtown.
Who won?
The cop.
Because he had like he had his utility belt, or
Nah, he took all that shit off and his badge, and they went to the alley and they squared up and they ran it. And we
cop
let the nigga
beat
go
his
home
ass.
after. He was
God.
talking shit, but this wasn't no normal cop. This was a cop that was notorious for working like the beat. Like he's a cop that when you niggas knew him by name. Like he's one of them cops. Like, oh shit, so and so's coming. Like he'll pull up and tell you what you're doing. He wasn't like one of those square cops.
Wow.
And the dude was talking shit. Boy, if you wasn't a cop, boy, I'll beat your ass. He said, well, I'll take this badge off and we could run it right now. And everyone, like school, everybody who was down there went to the alley and watched this dude really just run it. And it was just straight from the shoulders. They just threw a couple rounds and he just kind of was tapping them up a little bit. Like he had
Wow.
unfortunately he had hands. And the nigga was young who he was fighting. It was like some uncle fighting his nephew at the barbecue. It was fucked up.
Oh god.
Yeah, he know he got fucked up.
But he didn't.
He had that uncle strength.
Yeah, he was an old fucking angry man. He was probably on steroids and shit. But it was a fair one.
Wow.
Okay.
So I still don't really understand how you got your name. It's such a unique, obscure name, and I don't feel like maybe someone's asked you. I just don't know it. Like,
At this point, I don't even know, man. Tell the truth. I've been lying for years, man. Look,
I was waiting for that.
man, I've been telling niggas it came to me in dreams.
That's the favorite.
That's my favorite.
That's the favorite. That's the favorite. That's the favorite.
You want to know what I really think?
you like nachos and you like Picasso?
I think. See, I'm gonna get deep real quick.
Okay.
You know, niggas. So when you, like, actors, they speak words. They think, oh, they're just acting. Yes, the words are powerful. You're speaking words, right? I think I was in the studio and somewhere along I got possessed by a spirit. He's like, yeah, I feel it. Man, I used to be writing and be like, where is this shit coming from?
Okay.
And it's the worst shit I ever heard. Suck my dick 100 times. I'm doing coke off your titties. But I was actually doing coke off your titties. And but it was just like, what the fuck? So like I was like, at this point I'm like, I don't know. Nacho is kind of like an entity at this point. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, the nigga he's possessed, but now he learned how to control it. So now, I got it under control. But for a minute, that nigga was running the show, had me doing all kinds of wild shit. I'm gonna just blame everything I did from 2013 to 2017 on that nigga.
There you go.
Yeah.
But how does those two words even come into the same sentence ever? That's so crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But don't you think that encourages why people?
She's getting scared. She's like, this nigga is paranormal, but I am.
Is that why people think you might be Mexican though? Because you got the nacho in the front?
I think they think I'm Mexican
It's
because
the
I'm bald headed.
nacho in the front, and it's the bald headed, and it's the tattoos.
Oh wow!
I think
because I've tried to describe people to him before, and they're like, "What is he Mexican?" And I'm just like, "No."
Yeah, what are you?
And then like
I'm black.
People will ask me like they'll see a picture of me and him, and they're like, "Oh, he's Mexican or something." And then I'm just like, no.
I'll tell you what. I've been to a million black festival community things in Seattle, and I never felt at home as when I accidentally went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York. Yo, they were so happy to see me. Let me tell you, I said, well, shit, maybe I am Puerto Rican. These niggas was looking exactly like me. And they were just coming up, giving me so much love. I'm like, normally I gotta fight me a nigga. Like, they're coming up, women that don't even know me, like older aunties just giving me hugs, speaking Spanish to
You're
me.
home.
And at first I was like, I don't speak Spanish. After a minute, I stopped saying this shit. I started pretending to understand. Because the love that I was getting was, but, we're all just people. We're all, man, DNA is a motherfucker. Maybe I am a motherfucker.
Have you never done a DNA and me thing?
That shit said I was Nigerian. Said I was Nigerian, Irish, and from the fucking Congo. It said it makes sense because I'm a strong nigga and I be stealing. Maybe I am strong Irish Nigerian dude.
Wow.
But who knows, man? We're human, and that sucks already. So fucking gotta be human. So we're already like in the dumpster.
Azizi Gibson was saying you look like West Side Gun, but I don't really know if I see that.
Nah.
I really don't.
I've heard everything. I honestly look in the mirror and I look like a handsome motherfucker. But I've heard everything from Chris Brown to
oh God,
what's the one nigga from Miami?
Gunplay.
Gunplay.
Oh,
yo,
that's the closest one.
Gunplay's dope.
When I was on,
that's the closest.
When
one.
I was doing cocaine,
Personally.
I saw him at an airport. Or no, it was a hotel in Atlanta, and I saw that nigga, and we both looked at each other like, "Damn, who's your daddy, nigga?"
Oh God.
No, because
and that was when I was hella skinny and all coked out, but cheekbones were all high. I said, "Damn, nigga, who's your daddy?" It looked like me with dreadlocks. It was wild.
Nah, man, your dad might have been in Florida for a little bit.
Oh
bro.
God.
I honestly just look like me. I look like however God was feeling that day.
Wow.
He said, "Whoops."
How old were you when you got your first tattoo?
I think I was young enough that I had to ask my mom's permission. No, actually, before that, I got a home tattoo when I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
And
seventh grade? You said?
Yo, before that, I drew tattoos on me, like since kindergarten.
Just like Sharpie you're talking about, or like you had
whatever kind of pens. I would draw little nicknames. I was like a sailor in my past life. Like my whole life, I ain't even know nobody with tattoos. Kids used to get the little fake tattoos and put them on their arms. I used to put them on my neck and my face.
Oh my God.
I was always destined to be tatted. I saw American Me, and in the beginning of the movie, they were getting roses tattooed on their arms when I was like fucking 8. And I just, every day my mom would scrub my arm and I would draw another rose. I just wanted to be tatted.
Wow.
So I found some sus-ass dude who said he could tat me.
At 7th grade, wow.
Yeah, and he was probably only in 9th grade.
Oh, wait.
It was not a tattoo, dog. It was like a brand mixed with like, it was like if you branded someone and poured ink into it. It was so fucked up.
God.
And I was trying to hide it. And at the time, I wasn't living with my mom. I was like living with like a placement, like foster, like, some family, court order shit.
Yeah.
So they already think I'm like, they're trying to keep an eye on me. So now I'm trying to hide this fucking tattoo that doesn't even look like a tattoo. Looks like an infection. So then they discover it and then they think I'm like cutting myself. And I'm like, I had to explain it. I'm like, nah, it's supposed to be a J, but it looks like a 4 because I wanted to be able to see it. I wanted it to look like a J to me. So I was looking at a J. To them, they're like, this nigga has a 4 on his arm. Wait, what gang is that? I'm like, no, but if you look like this, it's a J. So yeah, So by the time I turned 18, I had like all these little fucked up tattoos from like, I mean, we picked up a hitchhiker in high school.
Do not tell me he tattooed you.
Yo, we were like, what do you got in your bag? And he was like, tattoo equipment.
Oh,
He
God.
was like a sus, like fucking homeless dude, but he had tattoo equipment, bro. And we were like, yo, how much to tat us up? And he's like, you guys got some drugs?
Oh, God.
And we're like, yo, we're naming all these little drugs that we had. We were like little bad kids. And we're like, yeah, we got coke, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you give me some of this and a couple dollars, I'll tat you guys up all night. So we're like, what the fuck? Yeah, hell yeah. So we go to the homie's basement, give this guy a whole bunch of drugs. The nigga takes the drugs before he starts.
No, holy fuck.
Yo, like 12 of us had crooked fucking weird tattoos spelled wrong. The ink was like hella jail-like. So like by the time I turned 18, there's this professional dude who I've been trying to get to tap me since I was 15. He's been telling me no, wait till you're 18. So I come in when I'm 18 and I got all these fucked up little tattoos. I'm like, look what I did. So we spent 3 years covering those up.
Oh,
and then he's been tatting me up ever since.
How old is this man at this point then?
I don't know, but he looks good.
Wow.
I feel like if you have tattoos, no matter what, you just look cool.
Are you worried about aging though? Like them becoming wrinkly or whatever happens to tattoos?
When you're old, you're going to have to pay to get your dick sucked anyway. No one's going to want to look at your regular wrinkly skin. I figure your colorful wrinkly skin will look a little cooler when they put you in the old people home. Who you think is going to be cooler? The old man that looks like all the other old men?
Okay.
Or the old man who hit up with the neck tats?
Wait, you're saying old people in retirement homes pay people to suck them off?
Well, before they go.
Before they get to the old
Oh,
home.
I thought you were talking about in there.
Once you get to the old home,
then there's old ladies there.
You just got to get some pity pussy. Like, I'm dying in 3 weeks. Can I get a hand job?
Oh my God.
Let me take my pill first.
Oh,
Yo,
God.
my sister used to work at a retirement home when she was like in high school. And she said all the old men were hella crazy, always trying to flirt with the little ladies and shit. And she said there was a dude who was a biker, and he was the only cool one because he had tattoos.
Oh,
She
wow.
could tell he was about that life. Yeah. All the other ones all look the same. You know how once you get a certain age, everybody looks the fucking same?
Yeah.
Like a fucking dandelion.
Wow.
Like a fucking prune.
Blow their hair off and make a wish.
Oh,
like,
God. What about you, Key? When was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was when I was like 19. And it was supposed to be a Capsule Corp thing. I got it done at, you remember Bolo's old house?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm talking about. You know,
Yeah.
on Cap Hill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the white boy that used to live there.
Like
You know
it
what
wasn't
I'm
a
talking about? I don't remember
sticker
his
pole.
name. But yeah, it was some homemade tattoo equipment. That shit hurt like a motherfucker.
Jesus.
I got pictures of it. There's pictures, but I covered it up with this. I got this professionally done. The dude that did this.
What is it?
It's a baby.
Oh.
Star Child.
It's a star child.
Oh shit, are you guys into that? Like indigo children?
Yeah, we are.
I have a second podcast and my first episode was Indigo Children and it just reached 1,000 views. And I was like, oh
That's
shit.
on the wrong podcast. We
Yeah,
need to
bro.
come talk about ghosts.
Yeah, and
aliens
indigo children.
and
Oh,
indigo
This
shit.
is the universe child. This is so I have this little thing. It's like a little inside thing with some of my friends. It's just children of the stars.
Okay.
Basically.
Too much.
Shut up. But yeah, so that's that. I covered it up with this. The dude who actually did this, he was a really big fan of Raider Clan and shit like that. He
Wow.
passed away last year. Man, I was trying to get back to him for him to do the rest of my tattoos too. And once I finally got back, I hit him up, and he never hit me back. And then one of his close friends hit me and told me he had passed, and I was like, damn, I just got back to LA too.
Wow.
It was fucked up.
And
Yeah.
what's the most recent tattoos you guys have gotten?
I got the Cyanide Syndicate tattoo.
Oh, you actually went all the way in.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's not hard to go all the way in when it's,
Your best friends, basically.
yeah.
What about you?
I just booked the first appointment in like a year. Because I don't really got much space. My legs, head, everything's pretty much covered.
What about your eyelids?
Nah, I'm still pretty right here. Just right here.
We can keep the glasses on.
That's where we keep it. We keep it clean. But I have my inner thighs. My inner thighs are bare.
Be careful.
I'm gonna get hentai tentacles coming down.
Really?
I scheduled the appointment. I'm ready.
It's
the only place I got really left, and then I'm gonna be a hentai monster.
Oh,
finally.
God. Finally, it's your
transformation is real.
Oh, God.
It's gonna hurt a little bit, but whatever. I don't got too many tattoos left. Like, I'm pretty much almost.
Would you say like it's over 100?
Oh, for sure. Like my legs, my head, my back, all this shit. Like my butt is.
You got them on your ass?
No, but my ass is so blank right now. It's like standing out. Now my ass is the outcast. So like eventually I'm gonna have to go there because I be in the mirror like, man, whose fucking pale ass is? There's just a yellow ass there. Everything else is all cool looking. Like eventually I'm gonna have to figure
Get
it
Cyanide
out.
Syndicate there.
No. But shit. I've been looking at Yakuza books. Because Yakuza, I'm basically to the point where I'm basically tatted as a Yakuza dude.
Wow.
And I'm like, how do they get their butts covered in a cool way? You know? So I've been looking at Japanese dudes' butts in magazines.
The FBI's watching you.
Trying to get some good ideas because I don't want to get like a cherry on my butt. I want like a stripper booty tattoo. I got to get some manly shit.
Nacho chip.
Oh, shit.
Yo, that's fucked up. If anything, I'm just going to have to get a full mural.
The Doritos logo.
I don't want it to look like
a bucket of nachos.
What about like a Superman or something?
Though, too.
No, I'm not getting any man on my butt. I have so many naked women on my body, and then there's just a buff man on my butt. That's not going to work for me either.
Terrible.
Oh, God.
I'm thinking more like I like whatever you get on your butt is just going to be weird. So I feel like you should just get maybe just get hella clouds. Hey man, just give me some fillers. Just make this shit work somehow.
That's
hella booty
if
smoke.
If you got hella clouds, you would just be dead ass.
Oh, dead ass.
There we go. I'll just get a graveyard.
Dead ass.
Dead ass. All the dead homies. Dead ass.
Graveyard on your butt. Dead ass, son.
Oh, God.
This is what happened when you get tattoos so young. And then you don't really plan like it through. So then this is like a puzzle. Like, damn, there's a weird space on my butt cheek I need to fill. Like, come on, man.
Do you have any superheroes though on your like tattoos? Just gotta think about it.
No, I don't think so. Macho Man, a real life superhero.
There we go.
Yeah, man. When Macho Man died, I got a Macho Man RIP tattoo.
Damn.
That's my nigga. When I was little, there was these wrestling pillows. You know, kids got like their little comfy blanket, like the security blanket. I had a little wrestling pillow.
Oh, shit.
And it was Macho Man. And I didn't go nowhere without that nigga. It was like a My Buddy pillow.
Wow.
And then when I was like 5 years ago, my babysitter from when I was little hit me up and was like, all I remember about you is you always had that Macho Man pillow.
Oh, God.
I was like, nah, that was actually Macho Man. That wasn't a Macho Man pillow. He's a very important person to me in my life and my development as as like a man, you know?
As a Macho Man.
Yeah, my father wasn't around, so I was like, imagine what my dad would be like, and I was like, he'd be like Macho Man.
Wow.
You feel me? So yeah, Macho Man raised me.
Shout out Macho Man and his family.
Yeah, they're doing great.
There we go.
I got that Slim Jim money for sure.
So tell me about your time in like Seattle and like the artists and everyone you've met. Like tell me about like your era. I've interviewed Sam and Jarv.
How was that?
Which one? Both of them equally or?
Yeah.
Sam's dope. I interviewed him 3 days before he went to rehab.
Shout out to Sam, man.
And he's doing his thing with like all of these like up and coming Seattle artists. He's like putting out songs. I think he has like a little collective he's trying to form. So that's pretty exciting.
And you met our bro Jarv. You know, I came up with Jarv. That's my brother. You know, that's family. Wow. Yeah, he's doing house music right now.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about because like you're close to them, so I feel like it's fine.
That shit's so cool to me. At this point, you know, been doing music so long, for you to be able to jump genres and shit.
It's a cool song
still
too.
Find ways to have fun with it. Yeah.
He has a huge Funko Pop collection.
Jarv
He was
can
telling me
do
about.
anything, man.
Yo, first off,
He's like the CeeLo Green of Seattle.
facts.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah, he has a huge Funko Pop collection, but I'm gonna shit on him a little bit. I remember when he first started the Funko Pop collection, I seen him taking them out the box, and I was the nigga who said I don't really collect. You know, I collect a lot of toys and shit. I said I don't know if you're supposed to take them out the boxes, bruh. I think the whole purpose is keeping them in the boxes. But then I looked up, and this nigga has like 1 million of them now. It's ridiculous. He has like a whole wall. I think he surpassed me for sure.
Yeah, I showed him a new spot that I didn't even know about. Where was it? It was in Seattle. It was like near Pike Place. There's like a Pike Place mall kind of like in this like skyscraper.
Yeah.
And like one of the levels it was like called a Golden Age or Golden Books or something like that. And there's like so many Funko Pops, and I was like, you should check that out. And he's like, oh shit.
I'd be down here in the toy district going crazy.
Dude, me and Lindsay were talking. We were looking at like Skid Row, and like doing research on it. And the toy district's right in Skid Row though. Man,
Skid Row is everywhere. Skid Row is like Aurora in Seattle. If you look up, you'll be in Federal Way and be like, am I at Aurora? Right. There's a little Skid Row everywhere in LA, man. I'm convinced.
Wow.
It's some long motherfucker, man. But the toy district is cool. You know what I'm saying? They got this store that's only in Japan, and the only other one is in LA.
Wow.
I go down there, man. Ooh. You're going to have to take my card from me. They got everything. My cases are full, so I'm not allowed to buy any more anime figures for a while. Nowhere to put them. They taking over the fucking house.
Are kids scared of you when you go into a toy store with all your tattoos and stuff, though?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck about them kids. Cool. I'm pushing their face. Move, nigga. I'm trying to see the fucking toys, nigga. I've been watching anime since you was a twinkle in your mama's eye.
Wow.
Little nigga. Don't tell me shit. I'm trying to take the same toys they're taking. I'm like, what the fuck do you know about Fist of the North Star? You're fucking 10. But, nah, I hope not. Do I scare kids? I don't know. I scared the shit out that kid we seen in the hallway today. So why the fuck did he look at me like that?
This little kid ran around the corner, seen this nigga, and ran right back around the
Oh,
corner.
God. He's like, ah!
What the fuck?
You know how little kids, when they're scared, they take like 2 steps because they're not sure what they're seeing, and then they figure it out. It's like,
yeah, I'm actually a great guy. I don't really like kids, though, so if I don't gotta talk to them, I don't really mind them like not talking to me. Like my little nephews and shit think I'm a kid. Every time, something about kids, when I come over, room full of adults, I'll be the oldest nigga in the room. And the kid comes up to me and thinks I'm here to play with him. I'm like, nigga, I am here to see your father, nigga. The kid pulling on my leg every time.
Oh, God.
So, like, kids do like me. If they're not scared of me, then they just like me too fucking much. So it's like I'd rather than be scared of me at this point. Like, get the fuck off me. Why is your kid punching me in the nuts? I'm trying to have an adult conversation.
Wow.
But kids do like me sometimes.
Sometimes.
Once they get to know me. Because I'm one of the few adults that remember what it's like to be a kid. Because I never really stopped. So it's like, I get it, nigga. Do what you do.
What about like your audience wise? Like when you do throw concerts, are there kids in it or is it more like adults?
It's fucking every age, man. It's weird. It's weird. It's like you know how like the Netflix will be like, this show's for 12 to 16.
Yeah.
Should be like, this show's for like 13 to 52. Like, yo, niggas and their dads have came like, yo, your show was like the first rap show I ever got my dad to come to with, or come with me to, or some bullshit. But then they'll be like, sometimes I've seen like dudes with their kids like, and take their kid up out of there while I'm singing. Like I'm up there singing a certain lyric, and I've literally seen fathers like cover their kids' ears and take them out of the. And That's the best feeling. I said, oh, I'll do that one again. I know why they're taking the kid out. I was scream, fuck him again. Fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. It's like, no. I thought this was a kid's concert. I heard the name Nacho Picasso. Thought it was like Baby Shark. I just come out there just doing the worst shit. Like, nah, like first of all, kids are bad. Like, all the shit I'm saying now, I was saying when I was 14. But grown-ups don't know that. But, like, yeah, I don't think you should maybe be at a show if you're, like, 12 or something.
Well, I don't think so.
I mean, me, myself, my mom took me to a Sir Mix-a-Lot show when I was 12. He brought girls on stage. They pulled their titties out. They were twerking. I'm like 12. I'm like, whoa, actual titties. This is like not even showtime. Some drunk lady kicked me. I was like, Mom, some lady keeps kicking me. My mom's like, kick her back. So like the drunk lady comes back to kick me. I'm 12. I catch her leg and I give her the sweep her other leg. I take her shoe. I'm like, look, Mom. My mom's like, good job. I got some random lady's shoe. On the way out, some people are fighting. We see more titties. I was like, yo, this is awesome. Like, my mom took me to George Clinton when I was like 6. Like, she couldn't find a babysitter or something because I went to all the concerts and I remember them all and it was amazing. So maybe bringing your kid is cool, you know? But I saw some wild shit at concerts as a kid. Man, I remember niggas was selling weed at a Queen Latifah concert. I was like 8. And all my mom's friends were like Jamaicans and they were selling weed through the crowd. And Queen Latifah stopped the whole concert and said, yo, you fake ass drug dealers in the car. And they turned the lights on, was like, all you niggas selling weed, get the fuck out. I was like, whoa, she just kicked all the niggas, literally turned the lights on, hella Jamaican niggas with hands and weed, like what? I seen crazy shit going to concerts as a kid. Like my mom just couldn't find a babysitter. Wow. I was backstage with the Marleys, Ziggy Marley. Oh shit. Niggas was signing soccer balls because they got hella siblings. They thought I was one of them niggas. I was like, I'm not gonna tell them I'm not. Nigga was like, some white dude's like, can you sign this? Got all the Marley's autograph. I just fucked it up. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Yeah, this is cool. So I feel like you should let your kids go to concerts, man. Fuck it. Sir Mix-a-Lot had the bitches twerking before twerking was even a word. And I was just like, yo, one day I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to make girls show their titties too. That was my side. Wow. And I went home and had a shoe. Like something to remember. Went to school. Like, you niggas don't believe me? Look at this shoe. Pull the shoe out my backpack. Yeah.
Wow. Have you guys had like concerts together yet or shows or anything like that?
Back in the...
Plenty. We've actually done hella shows together.
Yeah, especially like when the scene was jumping in Seattle. The early like 2016s, 15s, 17s, when shows were shows. Motherfuckers were excited to hear local music.
What do you think changed?
Music. I don't know.
You left.
Well, it changed even before that. I don't know what changed it, but I don't know. Hopefully it gets that passion thunder back, you know what I'm saying?
You don't think it's been like a straight trajectory of upwards?
I feel like the music quality has been. But as far as like the show, the show quality and like the fan interaction, just the whole scene. So I wouldn't say it's the artist that I'm saying. The artists are getting better and better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just the scene just kind of happens. You got to create it.
Well, I hear people blaming it on gentrification. I feel like
be it. I don't think that.
I don't know about that.
The Amazon niggas might not be fucking with us.
I just think, man, it hasn't been done right since me and the No Name Man did it.
No Name Man?
The artist formerly known as Nacho Picasso.
No, not him. You know what I'm talking about.
No, we won't talk about him.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was the last time it was done right. And I feel like until somebody brings that type of feeling again, it's not going to work out.
Is that just come from people doing research or like they just got to figure out what's new?
It's just something in the air.
Feeling, bro. It's something that happened at a perfect time.
It also has to do a lot with what's going on in the city.
Yeah.
Not just about the artist or the music. has a lot to do about what's going on in the city at the time.
Like politically? Or
how people are expressing themselves, or how like the art scene is supporting each other, or just, you know, there was a lot going on. Like when we came up in Seattle, it was very artist friendly at the time. It wasn't at first, but we broke the doors down, and then it's like, you know, you get in through the back door and then open the window up. Next thing we know, you know what I'm saying? But like, you would go to a show, you go to Key show, you see sold out show. Come to my show, sold out show. You would go to someone else's show who was, say, a Sam Lachow, but you would see a percentage of the same people in all those shows. You know what I'm saying? There would be like a certain
like building off 40%.
Well, they were just supporting this. They were just supporting Seattle music.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? They were just supporting artists and people who they were into, and the venues were very friendly with people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, COVID and shit. Same people might not own venues, and I don't even know what's going on as far as that.
A lot of them are closing. There's like the Crocodile's closed. Dozier's Warehouse is closed, I think.
Croc got something new.
I thought it closed and then moved, or was it already moved?
They're taking over Gaucho's building.
Yeah.
So they're still there, but
they were always the nicest to me.
Yeah, me too.
I had a good relationship
Aeroco's
with all the venues, I think, but the Croc was like family.
Remember when I got Chop Suey turned into 21 in that venue?
Wait. Tell me about this. Mic up too, by the way.
It wasn't me.
I got in trouble because I don't know. I was just being young and wild, I guess.
What did you do? Did you write on something or did something?
No, I ripped down the no smoking signs in the venue. All of them. Yeah.
Doesn't sound that bad.
Well, and I started smoking after I did that because they said don't smoke. And I just put out a song called Let It
You had to have
Smoke.
done something else.
No, that's all I did. And I was smoking. I was walking through the motherfucker smoking. And they told me not to.
I used to always get banned from certain venues.
Well, I mean, I don't know. After that, they came up to you and they was like, hey.
Oh, yeah, they said no
you can't
more
come
all
back.
ages shows because you're a friend.
Yeah.
I said, what did he do? And they wouldn't tell me. And turns out all he did was rip a couple signs off the wall.
And smoke a blunt.
Damn.
And now that wouldn't be such a big deal, but back then, that was fucking.
And I was
rock
like
and
super
roll.
young. I wasn't,
16?
Yeah.
And weed wasn't really legal like that.
Yeah, it wasn't. So I was just being pretty ridiculous, but it was like some rock and roll shit, you know what I'm saying?
Wow. So, Nacho, why do you think that out of all the people that came from like your era of music, only select people actually blew up from Seattle? Because there's so many people that are, like, you could even say like a Jarv D didn't even really make it. Like, what happened to the scene where there's only like, out of everyone that was popping, only few actually made it out of Seattle?
I don't know. Well, I can't speak on anybody, but I can be like, a lot of weird thing about Seattle is it's such a, you know, we're kind of ducked off, but it seems like such a big scene when you're there. So once you start doing some shit, a lot of people get content with just being that guy in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves me in Seattle. I've done all the Seattle shit I can do. And some people get content with that. So maybe that has a little bit to do with it, you know. And I notice in other cities, people how would I say, they put each other on a little more, you know, as in Seattle. Motherfuckers don't really do that.
What about your era? It seemed like your guys' era was help each other out.
We're all frenemies.
Okay.
I don't know about none of that.
Nah, it was cool. It was yeah, we all worked together for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But none of us was really in a position to where we could put each other on. You know what I'm saying? We can just work what we had going, and it was authentic, and it was you know, real home based. But it wasn't like, you know, motherfuckers was like, yo, I could put him on, change his life. We was just doing, first, a lot of us was doing drugs. That's a big part. Hey, let's say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, first and foremost, man, goddamn, we were some functioning drug addicts. Not all of us. Me. And some other, at least I kicked my shit, so, you know. But, yeah, sex, drugs, and rock and roll was high and rampant.
I was in that music video.
Oh, yeah.
I was on
even
acid.
talking about the song, but yes.
I was on acid, and I had a gun.
Hey, man.
What?
Doesn't sound safe.
It was
at
a
all.
prop. It was a fake gun. Actually,
it was fake acid too.
It was fake acid.
No, the acid was real.
The acid was real. I gave it to him. The gun was fake.
No, it wasn't. It had a laser on it. It just wasn't loaded.
The bullets weren't real. They were.
There was no bullets. There was no bullets.
Wow. So are you still close with
talking
Grimes and
about.
Gab, or?
Oh yes, yeah. Gab's my sister. I've known her. I went to elementary school with her brother. Like, her dad used to give me ride home from Taekwondo and shit. Like, that's family regardless. She's doing wonderful things. She's down here.
In LA?
Yeah. She lived down here. She's doing cool things. Keep a lookout for that. I don't know exactly what she's doing, but I know it's cool. We're going to see something soon.
Shouts out to BAG.
Yeah, shouts out to the fam. Yeah, it's cool how, you know, everyone came up together and now you just kind of see what everyone's doing.
It's kind of like Love and Hip Hop though sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, Seattle would have killed if they would have gave us our own Love and Hip Hop during them years.
Yeah.
Ooh wee.
That would have been interesting.
Man, I would have been the Stevie J of the series if we did it in 2016.
I wouldn't have been on there, but
Yeah, man. I'm 4 years clean. I think 2017 I took my last drink. Last snort.
There we go.
Was it all in one day?
I don't know.
You
I remember I wanted to quit Coke, so I knew I had to quit drinking because they're best friends, peanut butter and jelly. You invite one over and he secretly sends the other one to Addy. Next thing you know, I'm just going to have a drink. And you end up doing Coke. And then it's, you know, who wants to do Coke without drinking, right? So I was like, I got to quit both. I don't have a drinking problem, but hey, I got to sacrifice that. So I went on a tour. It was 30 days. Normally I got food and stupid shit on my, you know, you get something from every venue. So I got 30 days. I want to quit drinking. How do I quit drinking? I'm going to fucking drink. I said, give me a fifth of Jameson every night, every venue. And I said, I'm going to finish this fifth. At least try to finish it every night for a night. And I think it was 28 shows in 30 days. Yo, I was in Arizona taking pictures with fans and I was throwing up in between every picture.
No.
I'd be like, hold on. I'm like, just did the show, threw up before the show. Somehow when I rapped, you know what I'm saying, that's that Nacho Picasso nigga, I just like take over, nigga. I'm sick, you ain't. I did a great show. As soon as the show was over, I was just like vomiting every like 2 seconds. But I was trying to drink this fifth every night for the whole month. And then when I got off tour, I was fat. And I was just like, okay, that's it. I wanted to quit Coke in 2016, you know, stop being fun. It started off like in a hot tub with a whole bunch of babes. And it ended up like 8 niggas in the kitchen passing the plate around listening to the same stories. I was like, all right, this isn't fun. But then I couldn't stop. So then I've been wanting to stop. I started doing blow, and then I'd be feeling all guilty so I wouldn't be like making eye contact with people. It's because I didn't want to be high, but I'm hanging around you niggas every day, and so I'm fucking high. So I finally stopped drinking, doing Coke, and then I was like, I just had to separate myself from everything. And then once that comes, you get like a new enlightenment. Wow. You know? You're like, whoa, like things that I valued, I don't value anymore. Like, it's weird. I'm not like fucking vegan and fucking floating and shit, but like There's a lot of shit that I was wrong in my ways and certain shit. But motherfucker, I was on cocaine and blowjobs every day. Like, what the fuck do you think was wrong with me? Of course, I was making bad decisions. I was crazy. Yeah. Like, niggas were basically just watching me do a whole bunch of self-destructive things and then go in the studio and make a song. Like, how long were they gonna let me do that for?
Oh God!
Like, damn, I had to nip that shit in the bud.
And Sam said you helped him quit, or did he help you quit? Which one was it?
He definitely probably said I helped him quit, but Sam was fun to hang around with. But yeah, I've always encouraged him to, especially once I started getting sober. I'm like, hey, bro, what the fuck? I encourage, most of the homies, like, it was easy for me to tell niggas to do drugs and niggas would do drugs. It's easy for me to get people to do bad things. But when I came back and was like, hey, let's stop doing drugs, niggas was like, get the fuck out of my face, nigga. And I was just like, oh. So a lot of, you got to take it at your own speed.
And did it help your music?
You think so? Yeah. I think my music got better. I think me wanting to do music maybe, I'm not saying the coke was inspiration, but there was a process. It's like, you go to the gym, you drink your pre-workout. You feel me? You get to the gym, you get your BCAAs in. I fucking, smoke my weed, do my coke, write my rhymes, listen to the beat. It definitely changed how I make music. Right. Now I definitely aren't writing 86 bars on accident when it's only I get the structure.
You used to just write.
Yeah,
there was no structure.
Yeah, it's just crazy. And I got a whole bunch of paper and we'll just make it a song somehow. It's like a puzzle. We'll put it together like Da Vinci Code. Yeah. I was like a mad scientist. I was like the nigga from Back to the Future if he was
Doc
on cocaine. Yeah,
I think he was on cocaine.
I think he stole some cocaine. That's why them niggas gunned him down. Remember when they pulled up and hopped out with machine guns? I was not ready for that as a kid. I'm like, I thought this was Back to the Future. Why are they shooting my nigga with Uzis? Like, God. He definitely robbed them niggas for a brick.
But even if you had like a self-destructive career, how did you stand out and stay relevant compared to people?
Because I was kind of one of a kind. Like when I started doing what I was doing, there was no one that was really doing it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it was real. It was authentic because everybody was trying to be nice on the scene. The scene, Seattle is it has a rich history, but when I decided to get in the scene wasn't very, how would I say it? It was different. It was a little more friendly. It was a little more like about kicking knowledge and like, nobody was jacking off with the microphone and doing coke and like fighting people, or they were like teaching you like, how to walk old ladies across the street and shit. It was like nice shit. So I was like, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna turn it upside down. So first I'm like, I want to hear some fucked up shit because I'm living a fucked up life. And these niggas sound like it's happy days. It's not happy days where I'm at. So I made some fucked up shit and then I found out other people were feeling fucked up.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, oh, so there's a lane. There's a whole underground fucked up, angry, crazy part of Seattle. That's awesome. And then I just started making more music and they started coming out from the hiding. And there was more motherfuckers. And then a lot of people who were talented, who didn't think, since we're from Seattle, we could rap about these things, say these things. And then they started coming out and it just kind of was like, cool.
Formed the scene kind of.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was dope. And then I looked up and everybody was on drugs. I was like, oh no, I fucked it up. It was, wait a minute. Go back to the happy shit.
Tell me about Moor Gang. I talked to Jarv D about it, but I'd love to hear your take on it.
Me and Jarv were the founders of Moor Gang.
Got on your wrists.
And
your fists. Different.
Steezy Nasta. We were in a group called short-lived group when we first started.
BYAB?
BAYB.
That was close.
And it was me, Jarv, and Steezy. And then we did like a project. I think we did one album.
Yeah.
We did one album, and then we all were like, "Yo, we want to do our own thing, but we're still fam, you know, whatever." So we all started doing our own thing, so we forged Moor Gang, and then we brought in our other family and other
Kingdom
artists.
Crumbs.
Well, yeah, well that before we were that was Kingdom Crumbs was Jarv's band that he had with like some of the original cats that helped us get into the scene. Like before we could even get in the studios and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like Cloud Nice was like some cats that we was cool with. We kind of grew up around like, you know, same time, and they were rocking like hip hop shows. And it was cool, it was a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And we're like, yo, these niggas are scared of me. Not them, but like the people in the crowd, like the venues, and we're like, so we kind of watched them, and like they kind of took us under their wing, showed us how to like, you know, do shows. Like, man, niggas was wanting to hear my music before I ever done a show.
Wow.
So I remember like they were like, yo, you gotta do a couple songs. It's like all these people want to hear it. And I realized that I didn't know how to perform. No one taught me. So I went out there and I fucked up real bad, and then I just never fucked up again.
How'd you fuck up?
At least where anyone cared, because after a while, niggas were like, if you don't fuck up, then it's not a real Nacho show, because I'd be drunk. But I went out there and forgot my lyrics.
Oh, God.
Like, not even forgot my lyrics, man. I forgot my name. I forgot who the fuck I was. I went out there and like something distracted me, and all of a sudden I just seen a room full of people looking at me. Like, nothing prepared me for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made this music and thinking that everyone was going to be mad at me. And then people wanted to hear me do it live, but nobody told me how to rock a show.
Wow.
But I figured it out fast.
There we go. Key Nyata, what was your first
What you niggas whispering
first
about?
show?
Yeah? Smiling and shit.
So humble.
Am I being humble? Am I downplaying it? I'm the best performer motherfuckers ever seen. Real shit.
You said
I
what
make
was what now?
people
Where's
get
your first
naked.
show?
My first show? My first show was at the Vera Project when I was 16 years old.
Ooh.
And actually, Jarv D introduced me. Remember that shit?
Yeah. What was I doing?
I don't know.
I was there.
You were there.
Doing coke?
Yeah, I was probably doing that.
Yeah, I was.
At that point. But yeah,
Sucks.
that was my first show.
remember.
It's actually on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, I was 16 at the Vera Project.
Wow. I'm part of this, like, I work with them every once in a while. There's this thing called Ground Zero Radio, and they have like this deal with the Vera Project. And their studio's actually in Vera Project now, so sometimes we record out of there.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm banned from the Vera Project.
Really?
I don't even know why. The funny part is I've never even performed there.
Oh, God.
Yo, I've never been performed there. And I was supposed to go on some tour, and the dude I was going to be touring with was going to perform at the Vera Project. And then the promoter called me back and was like, yeah, they said you're banned from the Vera Project. And I'm like, yo, that's awesome, because I've never even performed at the Vera Project, and I'm already banned. That's dope.
Is it usually for like younger people, like the Vera Project?
Yeah, it's like an all ages place, right? All ages venue.
Because I always hear about young kids performing there. But anyone could go there? Because I was thinking maybe like one of those kids that their dads took them out of the venue. They wrote a review and something.
Man, I've seen some wild shit at the Vera Project, man. They have all the wild shows. Right? They be having punk shows and shit.
Wow.
I don't know why I'm banned. But it's probably for
the best.
Yeah. I mean, last time I was there, I saw some wild shit anyway. Remember that? Last time we were at the Vera Project in the green room.
Oh, shit.
So shout out to the Vera Project. A great place, man. Especially if you're like a, you know, all ages trying to, you know, not a lot of all ages venues like that.
Mm-hmm.
They don't serve alcohol or nothing. They think about
maybe
Coca-Cola as
They
hard
got
as they
hot
get.
dogs and chips.
Hot dogs and peanuts.
There we go. Cracker Jacks.
and Capri Suns.
Got a little bit more time left. I'd love to hear. I'll start with Key Nyata and then go to you, Nacho. What is your guys' advice for Seattle artists that'd like to come out to LA and maybe continue their career or even think LA is the place to start up their career?
Make sure you get you some money first.
Make sure you don't put your address on Instagram.
Yeah. That's not funny, but
there's a lot of opportunities out here, honestly. Like, shit, I'm barely even, like, opportunities will, if you got a plan and you know what you want to do, come down here and do it. That's what I'll say.
Boom.
And
There
the
you go.
weather's good. You know, depending on where you live, a little bum poop might get on your shoe.
A little dookie.
Yeah, it's
Just
a
a
lot.
little dookie.
I've never seen so much fecal matter on the streets. It's a problem. Niggas need like a pooper scooper.
A human scooper.
Yeah, but yeah, man, chase your dreams wherever. You know, if you want to be a fashion designer, go to where niggas is designing. Go to fucking Mulan or whatever the fuck. Go to fucking.
Go there.
If you want to be an actor, come to Hollywood. Like, especially if you're young, do what the fuck. Even if you're old, do what the fuck you want to do.
Hell yeah.
Chase your dreams. Just make sure when you're chasing them that you don't step in shit.
Oh, God.
Oh, because out here you will get some bum poop on your shoe. But
Just be careful.
do what you want to do, man. Like, but really pursue your shit. Whatever you want to do. If you want to do nothing, because that's kind of what I want to do now.
Just
It's
collect
nothing.
action figures and do nothing.
Yeah. Smoke weed, watch anime, lift weights, try not to hurt people, try to be a better person, eat good food, and maybe make an album every now and
That's
then.
what I want to do too.
Oh, shit.
You know? Man, I can't stop looking at your rings. Those are nice.
He won a Super Bowl or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I
Damn,
won a couple
Marino.
Super Bowls, man. Couple championships.
Trophies.
Any final words you guys got for the Seattle music scene?
Keep on trucking. Chuck the truck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Don't do no drugs neither. It's over for that. Hey, don't roll your eyes. Half these drugs now
Yeah,
ain't
nah,
the
don't
same.
do
They
no
ain't even
drugs.
good.
It's all
They
it's,
putting fent in everything.
It's smacked up with cut, bro. Don't
Come
do
on,
it.
man.
Okay.
It's
You know
over.
what I'm
We
saying?
done the last of the
Don't
pure
touch the
drugs, and it was
drugs.
barely pure then. We done did the last. Whatever you get now it's not it. We did it all. It's done.
Just keep on having fun and keep growing, man. Make sure the scene is on the map all the way.
Move more than you eat.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, this is the Nast podcast with
Nacho Picasso.
and
Key Nyata.
you guys are 2/3 of.
Cyanide Syndicate.
I want to say it together like the
Like
Mickey Mouse
Disney Channel.
Club.
All right,
There we
cool.
go. You guys are 2/3 of.
The Cyanide Syndicate.
Hell yeah. Shout out Keyboard Kid.
Happy birthday, nigga.
And we're done.